wrapping it up. So, okay, nice job. Very good. You are all done. Brianna, good job. Miriam, Emma. Way to go, you guys. Way to go. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here. We can just glance at you guys' work all together here. Otherwise, my screen doesn't show your work. I have to look at another screen. Okay, so nice job. You guys all factored it. You all solved it. Let me go back. And the reason that we're doing this is because when we're solving rational equations, which is consequently, by the way, what we're going to do today, then you have to go through each of these steps. So being able to do those and understanding what they are is really going to help you. So I'm going to do, hopefully, Emma, you'll have time for one. Hopefully. We'll do one together, or I'll actually have three, but we'll see how you guys do after each one. And then when you do your assignment, you'll totally understand what's going on. Okay, so here's our important info as usual. Week 3, make a plan to help you stay on track. You guys are doing a good job with that. Let's look at our first problem. So this one's kind of a basic one, but sometimes the basic ones really throw people off. So we're going to do like we have been doing, and we're going to, first things first, is we're going to factor all the denominators, and then we're going to find the lowest common denominator. Now be really careful, guys, because when you factor, sometimes you guys want to factor things like 2x squared, for example, and you guys want it to be like, I don't know, you guys will make it be like 2x or x minus 2 and x plus 2, and you do stuff like that, but be careful because not everything factors. For example, the one we're looking at right now, nothing factors, right? It's already in its factored form. So the easiest way to find the lowest common denominator is to break everything apart into prime factorization. So we know that 8 is 2 times 2 times 2, x is just x, and 4 is just 2 times 2. So when we do our prime factorization to find our LCD, we're going to go ahead and take one of them. So I'll take this one, all the 2's, right? So we need 2, we need 2, we need 3 2's. Then I look at the next one and I go, oh, x. We don't have an x, so I'm definitely going to need to take my x. So I'm going to add an x to this. Well, multiply, really, right? Then I look at my 4's, and I have 2 times 2, so I have 2 2's. Well, I already have 2 2's, so I don't need to put any more. So this is going to be my LCD. It's going to be 8x. Very important. So I do this one only because it's kind of confusing. You guys are really good at factoring and figuring out with factors, but you struggle a little bit with that kind of stuff. Okay, so to solve, and you guys stop me or ask a question for sure if something I did is confusing. So all we have to do now to solve is adjust all of our numerators so that our denominators are all 8x. In other words, they're all going to be something over 8x plus something over 8x equals something over 8x. Once we do that, if all of our denominators are the same, then once we've adjusted our numerators, all we have to do is solve our numerators to figure out what x is. We can totally ignore the denominator. So let's do that. Okay, on this first one we have 8. What would we need to multiply 8 by to make it look like 8x? What do you guys think? What would we multiply it by? Very good, Miriam. An x. So we would need to take this numerator and take it by, x over the top, x over the bottom, which we did here. So 1 times x is just x. Okay, now we have x. What do we need to multiply that by to make it look like 8x? Good. Very good. All right, you guys are exactly right. So we need to multiply it by 8. So we'd multiply the top and the bottom by 8. So we would have 8x down here, and 8 times 1 is just 8. Okay, last one. What do we need to multiply 4 by to make it look like 8x? Close, Emma, close. Because 4 times 4 is 16. Oh, very good. 2x. So we just need the 2x. So if we multiply 2x by 1 and 2x by 4x, we'll be in good shape. Okay, so 2x times 1 is 2x. Oh no, my other computer just died. Now that we have this, all of our denominators are the same, we can pretty much just, and I'm going to do this, you guys, we can pretty much just ignore everything in the denominator, and we can just take our numerators, x plus 8 equals 2x, and we can solve for x. So sometimes you might have a quadratic up here, like we just had, and you have to solve it that way. Or it may just look like this. And if it looks like this, I would subtract x from both sides, like this. And I would get 8 equal to 2 minus 1 is just 1x, or 8. So our solution is x minus 8. All right, you guys. Any questions on that? You guys look good? Okay. All right, now I'm going to do a little bit harder one. So my other computer died, you guys, so I'll just go back and forth to the notes. Like if you guys have a note, I'll periodically check. Oh, you have to leave. All right, Emma. But at least you get the gist of it, and now you understand how to solve a quadratic too. So, and you can, yes, watch the rest recorded. I forget about that. That's the whole point. And it's not that hard, no. It's not really, and you'll do fine. Bye, Emma. See you later. We'll miss you. And let's go back to you guys now. Okay. You too, Emma. All right, let me find my other one. Oh, here it is. It's over here. All right, you guys. So let's try another one that's a little bit more complicated. We have to factor a little bit, but it's actually not that complicated, so don't think of it that way. All right, you guys, so first things first, whenever we have something like this, we have to make sure all our denominators are factored. Well, x minus 4 is factored, x minus 2 is factored, but this is not. If I factor it, I'm going to get x minus 4, x minus 2. So if there's a 1 here, a little quick trick you can do is what times what is 8? That adds to be negative 6. Like you can just use that and factor really fast. That's a quick trick, but only if there's a 1 right here. So negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8, and negative 4 plus negative 2 is negative 6. So it's just a shortcut, just a quick shortcut to let you guys know, now that you're experienced Core 3 people. And I'm going to check to see if you guys have any quick questions. And I don't see any. Okay, good. Let me go back. Oops, maybe. I was going to go back. Okay. So now that everything is factored, then we have to find our lowest common denominator. So, all right, you guys, what do you think it is? What would our LCD be? If this is x minus 4, this is x minus 2, and this is x minus 4, x minus 2. So type it in the chat box. Okay, I'm plugging in my other computer so that maybe I can see you guys' chats without having to go back and forth, but let me go over there really quick. Okay, perfect. You guys are fast. Okay, good. That is the LCD, x minus 4, x minus 2. So good job. What I'm going to do is put x minus 4, x minus 2, and we're going to do exactly like we did last time. We're just going to take each expression. So we've got 1 over x minus 4, and we got to figure out, hey, what's missing? So we need it to look like this. We have the x minus 4. We need x minus 2. So we're going to multiply the top by x minus 2 and the bottom by x minus 2. Okay, so that's what we're going to do to that one. And then on the next one, we have x over x minus 2. So we have to figure out, okay, what's missing there? Well, if I look at this LCD, I have the x minus 2, but I don't have the x minus 4. So I would need to multiply the top and the bottom by x minus 4. And I'm on to my last one. And that is 2 over all that. Well, nothing's missing here, right? Because when I factor it, that is my LCD. So that one I don't have to multiply anything by. Okay, so moving along. once I multiply x minus 2 times 1, I'm just going to get x minus 2 over whatever the denominator is. I've got a plus sign. Then to multiply this, I have to distribute, right? I have to distribute the x to the x and the x to the negative 4. So I'm going to get x squared minus 4x, again, over my LCD, but I'm not going to write it. And then that's going to equal 2. I didn't need to multiply anything by the 2. So, all right, you guys. 1, go to connect. Sorry, I'm trying to load my other computer back up, but of course it is giving me a network error, so I will not. All right, how are you guys doing as far as questions? Any questions that you guys have at this point? You're good. Excellent. Excellent. No. Okay, well then, perfect. We'll just finish this off. Okay, so here's where then we might have a quadratic. So I didn't write the numerators because I don't care about those because I know they're all the same. So I'm just going to solve my numerator. I'm going to combine like terms. So I'm going to combine the x here with the minus 4x. So x minus 4x. I'm going to write the x squared first though. So x minus 4x is minus 3x. And then I still have a minus 2 on this side. Well, now I have a 2 here that I need to move over because in order to solve a quadratic, you have to set it equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract this 2 out here, move it to that 2. And then the quadratic that I'm going to have is x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. Here's where all that hard practice you guys just did pays off, right? Because you can factor this now by grouping. You can make your x and do all that. Or if you notice there's a 1 right here, so I can figure out my two factors. What times what is 4? That adds to be 3, or I should say negative 4. That adds to be negative 3. That would be a negative 4 and a plus 1. Or you can do it the long way, right? And then all I have to do now is set this equal to 0, each one, and I will find my two solutions. So I'm going to enter. One more second, you guys, sorry. Okay, good. I have you guys back up now, so that's good too. And I must mute you. I must mute myself. Okay. So all you're going to do is set each of these equal to 0. So in this case, you're going to get x equals 4, and in this case, you're going to get x equals negative 1. The only thing is when you start getting into quadratics like this, you always want to plug back in your answers and make sure that they both are solutions. And the reason is because remember when you guys did extraneous solutions, or I should say excluded values? Okay, you guys answer this question. You ready? Look at x minus 4, right? You can't have division by 0, so I'm going to highlight this, x minus 4. What would cause this denominator to equal 0? What would x have to be to make that denominator equal 0? What do you guys think? Oh, very good. Awesome. You guys are so speedy. I love it. Okay, you're right, 4. And look, one of our answers was x equals 4, right? So this value is extraneous. We can't, that is not actually a solution because we'll have division by 0. So our only answer is this x equals negative 1. That would be our answer. So you always want to check just to make sure that your two answers are both actual answers. Sometimes when you have quadratics, that can happen. All right, guys, let me just take a poll then. I do have another one if you guys want to see another one, but how about this? Raise your hand if you feel good. What I mean is like raise your hand in, yes, you guys figured that out, good. So Brianna, you are good. And Miriam, you are good. And Trevor raises the hand. Okay, good. And there's a little hand thing too, by the way, Trevor, that you can raise. So excellent, you guys. Okay, well, good job today. That was a lot of hard work you guys did on the warm-up, but it will definitely pay off. All that persistence and everything, you guys are doing a super job. So thanks very much, you guys. Make sure to keep sending me questions if you have questions, and I'll send you guys screencasts or type out answers, whatever help that you need. Let me know. And we will, oh, I forgot. Wait, sorry, you guys. You have a, let me show you this really fast. You have a ticket out that's kind of different. Just do your best on it. It says you normally walk the sidewalk from home to school in 25 minutes. So this hypotenuse here. If you walk the shortcut at your normal constant rate, how much time would you save? Oh, sorry, you walk the sidewalk from home. Sorry, you take the sidewalk. Sorry, but then the diagonal is the shortcut, and so what they're asking is how much time you would save. And think about ratios because we're doing rational expressions. Could you use a ratio to help you solve this? So see what you guys can do about solving this, and type in your strategy, what you use to solve it, and then make sure to comment on 2 other people's posts. So just kind of a thinking one, a problem-solving one. Do your best. You know, obviously, I'm not mad if you don't get the right answer. I just really want to see what kind of strategy you might use to solve this. So, yeah, sure, Miriam, you can definitely. But anyway, so yeah, you guys, that's your ticket out, and you guys can go. Okay.